Come with me now. Come with me now.
Hey, bad decision making Rob Lowe here with your FanDuel NBA picks for Sunday, March 1st, 2015. I just want to start today just to go over last night's games. As you can see, it was kind of a low scoring night. 307, this particular league won about 1,500 entries. I actually had 342 the previous night when there were 14 games. But I did make the bubble, 265 here. But what I kind of, you always double guess. I always look with 2020 hindsight and how you could have done things better. There was news that came out the last half hour before the 7 p.m. Deadline. The Hawks, second time this year, they benched four of their starters. Everyone besides Paul Millsap got the night off, which meant Dennis Schroeder had got the start. And I thought of it. I thought maybe get Schroeder in. And he wound up with 34.8. I chose to stand pat with my lineup. And so you kind of look this player and that player instead of two other players. Here I had Gobert who had 30, and here I have Jackson with 27. And at the end of the night, thinking I'm glad. Okay, I cashed, second night in a row. But I'm thinking if I had gone with the combo of Schroeder and Hassan Whiteside instead of Gobert and Jackson, I kind of looked at my math and I would have like wound up in the upper 280s, 288, 289. So see here, 253, I would have wound up 28. So I would have wound up in the $40 range instead of 12.50. But that's how it goes, the daily deal. Today's a new day. That's I say about that. Kind of looking at some other little notes here. As I said yesterday, look for Utah Milwaukee to be a low scoring game. That's exactly what happened. Of course, according to the line, Spurs Suns was supposed to be high scoring and a pick'em game. Well, Phoenix lasted about as long as Katsangongo last night. They had like 24 at the half, 39 late in the fourth quarters. So that meant everyone got benched. Kawhi Leonard actually lasted into the fourth quarter. They gave him a few minutes, so he wound up with a awesome stat line, actually, and a lot more owned than I thought. 52. Eric Bledsoe, 64-6, and he was basically a no-show last night. PJ Tucker, he was gone by the end of the third quarter as well. Rubio continues to rock. Ricky Rubio rocks 40.4. Wolves playing some pretty good ball lately. Kind of looking at some of the others. Favor had a little bit of ownership. Monroe, okay night. Gobert. I've been going against Whiteside. I keep waiting for that game where he burns everyone by being getting into foul trouble and being a non-factor. But on to today. And there you see my lineup actually. And just a couple notes here. Note, obviously, he is out for today with that cheek injury. Westbrook has gone up to 12,000 now, so think of that when he returns to the lineup. And this is for an all-day league. What I really love about Sundays is you have the all-day leagues, and we'll put a couple bucks in on that. That includes usually the two traditional Sunday afternoon ABC ESPN games, 1 p.m. start and the 3:30 p.m. start. But then there will also be late leagues for these final 6 games here. And by playing in an early league, you can see some of the percentages for the players going in the late games. So that gives you a baseline to go on for playing in a late league for the evening games on Sunday. So my lineup here, just to go through it with the point guards. And I actually got a number who are in the early games. Obviously, you're taking a calculated risk for each player you play in a later game in case there's some surprise scratches like what the Hawks pulled off last night. That's the way it goes. So actually got I believe four or five players in who will be in the afternoon session. But I like DJ Augustin. He put up good numbers 3 weeks or so. He was starting for the Pistons, and the Thunder made a lot of moves at the deadline. So even without Durant, without Westbrook, there's going to be a lot out there, and I look for Augustin to do a bang-up job. Aaron Brooks, another backup pressed into duty due to the Derrick Rose injury. He's in the 1 o'clock game. He's only 4,500. Looking at about 25 points tops. Going to the shooting guards, I'm sticking Stuckey in today. I don't know when was the last time I actually went with an Indiana Pacer, but I noticed him getting off to a hot start the other night. I kind of, early in the night, you look at someone who picks a lot of guys out of the 7 p.m. games or at the top of the leaderboard, and you're curious who they started. And Stuckey was lighting it up early Friday night. He wound up with 33. And you see a couple of 40-point outings he actually had. So I stick Stuckey in there. Goes against the Sixers. That's who he went for 40 plus off of. I've been meaning to play Klay Thompson for a while. One half of the Splash Brothers. So you can see the floor over the last post All-Star break's been 25. Uh, the Celtics will give him a decent game, I think, but I think he can get 35, 40. So I like him there. Ariza, no upside, no downside. He's just a salary play. There's his floor, about 15. I just want to make sure I don't get a guy. I made the mistake. I took Aminu after I found out Chandler Parsons had gone down last week, but figuring that he would get starters minutes. Well, the Dallas Mavericks had a new flavor of the day. They brought Richard Jefferson out of mothballs. They gave him the start, and Aminu got his normal second string minutes. But anyway, Ariza, I know what I'm going to get 25 to 30 points. In kind of an earlier game, they go against the Cavs. They think LeBron James will play in that game, but check before tip time, before the deadline. Matt Barnes, I think I played him maybe once. Same thing, he's 4,700. There it is. Well, okay, here's one stinker here, but in the last 9 games, the floor with him has been 15 to 20. So, if he gets that, if he gets at least that, he won't kill me. I'm going up front with my power plays. I'm living and dying with Paul Gasol. He will play today. Obviously make sure, but as of Saturday, they said he'd be good to go. So he's the go-to guy in Chicago. Terrence Jones is now up to 6,500, and he's still worth it. He had a 40-point night Friday. And DeAndre Jordan, he's been ripping it like Hassan Whiteside since Blake Griffin went down. Like, I mean, these are superstar numbers: 62, 4, 59, 55, 6, 55, 54, 9. It's not like a rotisserie league where you worry about his free throw percentage, which is awful. But yeah, look at it. Like the last seven, at least 15 rebounds, 27 and 22. Uh, Go with DeAndre. Just kind of looking at other options down the board. You may notice Jimmy Butler is up to 9,000 now. Uh, Kind of going with some of the other ones. Kind of LeBron's the only real expensive one. Had a small forward on the nights that he and Durant aren't playing. It's been kind of thin lately on the small forwards. Power forwards, Anthony Davis is out for a while yet. LaMarcus Aldridge has been playing decent. I would imagine some action with Kevin Love and some others. And finally, David West hasn't been playing bad. Check that out. Couple 35, 40-point games. He's cooled down a little bit in the last week, but he's due to go off again. And then with the centers, Vukovic would be a nice one. That's why I'm going with. I'm expecting over 50% ownership with DeAndre Jordan. DeMarcus Cousins is like a game time decision. A lot of the A-list stars have been out or questionable or banged up. But there's not a whole lot out there unless you want to go cheap with Mozgov. But anyways, that's how my lineup is. Again, Augustin, Brooks, Stuckey, Thompson, Ariza, Barnes, Gasol, Jones, Jordan. So that's what I have. I'm sure I'll change it before tip time. But like I said, Sunday's a great day to participate in these games. Like I said, dabble in an early one, and then you have a baseline for players that are popular or are going to go in the later sessions. So good luck to everyone out there, and talk to you soon.